recorded drop, you can't ignore it. I'm transforming now these cars and planes, I'm always boarding. Just out touring down in Charlotte like I play for Hornets. When I'm performing, never boring, now you can't afford it.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Deron Bethay YouTube channel, and I'm pumped up. This is my first live YouTube channel right here in Amsterdam. Those of you that have been following us know that we are currently right now traveling 9 countries in 2 months. But check it out. I'm here to give you great content. That's my goal for the next 12 months, 24 months. That's what we focus on. I just retired from the United States Army after serving 20 years in the military, and I've been building businesses and also building a phenomenal real estate portfolio. And I'm going to tell you this here. There's a lot of scammers out here. And our goal is to let you know there's no such thing as get rich quick. It took me 20 years to build over 68 streams of income and have over $100 million in assets. And I'm gonna give you the tools, the systems, and the process that you're gonna need to make sure that you are able to create generational wealth for your family and your kids' for many years to come. And if you like the content that we're gonna be dropping, I want you to click on it and subscribe to YouTube. Make sure you like it, make sure you share it, do all those things that come with it. But it's gonna be an amazing journey. I'm carving out time out my busy day to give you this content. So every Friday, I'm gonna be focused on doing so much content so to give you value, so that's gonna help you grow your business, start a business, and even scale your business to the next level. All right, so check it out. There are so many ways to create multiple streams of income. We don't have enough time to cover all of them, but I'm gonna give you a quick 7 steps how I was able to create 68 streams of income on my way to hitting 100 streams of income. Step 1, you wanna have a project management software. There's 2 softwares that's out there. You have Asana and you have Monday. It's those 2 right there are really good software. I like both of them, but what I really do, I drive most of my business, most of my project managing, so I'm able to control my team, because what's happened is I have so many different companies within my organization, there's no way I can keep up with everything. So what I do is, I like Monday.com because I can download the app on my phone, and anytime there's something that comes to my head that I know that need to be tasked out to either my HR team or my operations team or my marketing team, I can highlight it, I can send them a note, and then they'll get a notification on their end to know that they need to action that task. And that way I can forget it and dump it off and make sure I follow up during our weekly sync. So the next step number 2, time management. One of the things that we do is we have a calendar scrub with my VP. If you don't have a VP, maybe you have a assistant or a VA assistant or anything like that. And there's a lot of people out there are using VA assistants, but I have a VP, and what we do every week, we sit down and we make sure that everything is on my calendar. And then we also do every quarterly, we get together and we do what we call a long range training calendar. And we get that from the military, where we plan out 12 months, 6 months. We always backwards plan it so that we can make sure we can set goals and expectations, and we plan backwards in order to hit those goals. So step number 3 is all about you delegate, and you must delegate, especially if you in a senior position, CEO, COO, or whatever the case may be. So I like to delegate because I'm the CEO of my company. The only thing that I'm really thinking about is the culture, because once I'm able to delegate, it's allowed me to make sure I'm focused on the things that matter. And that's a great culture, because we know if we have a great culture in the organization, people will stay, people will be happy, and they'll be very, very productive and efficient in your company. And also growth. I'm always thinking about growth. So if I'm able to delegate those things, it allows me to focus on things that really matter in my company. And that's having a great culture, all right? And thinking about growth of my company. Step number 4 is ensuring you have the right people in the right seat. One of the software that we use is Culture Index. It's a phenomenal software. It's not a personality test or anything like that. And what this it'll allow us leaders to have them take tests to ensure we putting the right people on the right seat. What I mean by that is you may have someone that you may hire and they fill out the position as a salesperson. They say it was great at sales, but come to find out they wasn't great at sales. And if we would have knew that, if they would have took the test and found out that she or he's better off in doing some type of task organization, management, or something like that. So this right here will ensure if you have the right people in the right seat, they will stay with you, they'll sell at your job, and will maximize the profit margin through your company because they're gonna be in a position that they are happy with, that they're gonna excel at, and that they love. Number 5, you must have a communication software or something like that. There's no way that you're growing companies, you're trying to create and you're trying to scale your company to the next level and you're using your phone and you just text messaging, right? So what we use is, I want you to look it up, it's called Slack. That's a phenomenal communication software. There's plenty of other ones out there. We like Slack because we have so many businesses. I can jump in and send a message to my HR team. We have all our general managers doing KPI reports, end of day reports, so I'm able to monitor all that. Instead of going through all these text messages, I can jump on Slack and I can see all the updates off one software. Check out slack.com. Step number 6, you wanna hire from the top. And what I mean by that, those of you who's currently watching this video, maybe you already have 2 or 3 businesses and you're working in those businesses. What you have to do is what we call, it's a craft, all right? Those of you just now starting, yes, indeed, you have to work in the business. You want to work in the business, but it's an art when you go from working in the business to working on the business. And when the best way to do it, when you get to your 2nd and 3rd location, you have to pull yourself out and you must hire from the top and put the right people like hiring a COO. So remember guys, most people get this wrong. They can never grow because they get stuck working in the business versus working on the business. So the last step is number 7. You must be productive. We want you to be productive, getting up early so that you can get it ahead of your emails. I wake up at 4:30, check your emails 5:30. I'm going to the gym because we know you just don't want to be in physical shape. You also want to be in great mental shape. So I'm eating healthy meals, I'm meditating, I'm doing all those things before I get my day going. So that's going to give me the energy I need to be super productive and efficient throughout my day. All right, so check it out. Those were the 7 steps that I took that gave me 6 to 8 streams of income. Now, this right here, for those of you that maybe you're a veteran or was in the military, whatever the case may be, I'm gonna tell you 7 of some of the greatest habits I picked up from serving my 20-year military career. Step number 1, you gotta be disciplined. That's the most important part. Being disciplined, being able to hold yourself accountable, get up in the morning, waking up early. All those things that I learned in the military that I wasn't doing before I came in, that I'm now implementing to my everyday life. Number 2, values. You know, coming from Enfield, North Carolina, we had street values, but I did not know business or organizational values. The military was great, taught me values, and I take those same values and I instill those values throughout my organization. We had tweaked them a little bit, but they are still kind of go hand in hand from what I was doing in the military and now running over $100 million empire. Next one. Step number 3, implementing KPIs. My job in the military, I was an HR warrant officer tech. Focus on was creating data. I love data, I'm data driven. That was my day job, creating systems, creating processes. I love that piece. And I literally took everything that I learned from creating KPIs and I implement those same KPIs into my business every single day. But step number 4, you must think big. Being in the military, we are the largest organization by far. When you're looking at organization by side, even though we make up 1% of the population, we're still the largest organization. Being in the military allowed me to work for people that were very, very smart. I'm talking about generals, being able to see how they operate. And I was the guy that was briefing, giving them all the tools that they need to make decisions from on the HR side of the house. So one of the things is strategic thinking. Being around them allowed me to think big, think outside the box, because I always say, hey, how is they able to fight wars from Fort Hood, Texas, or from Hawaii, or whatever the case may be, and how are they able to do it? They do it because they are strategic thinkers and planners, and that's how I think. And I said, you know what? Well, I can't be in the military and open up and have operations and build businesses in North Carolina, in Texas, in Hawaii. We in Arkansas, we all over it, and I was able to do that because I saw how the generals that I was working for was fighting wars, but they was here in Fort Hood, Texas. So thinking big, strategic planning. Number 5, we called it the Soldier's Creed. That's one of the first things that I learned when I was in basic training. You never lead a fallen comrade, and that is true to my heart. In my business, I make sure that everyone has the opportunity to, number 1, we all eat, we all work hard together. Everything that I'm able to invest in, I give that opportunity to all my team members to ensure that they are also being taken care of. So we never leave a fallen comrade. I always set up positions and investments so they can be on every single investment opportunity that I'm able to do myself. So number 6, ensuring that you have structure within your organization. And there's a lot of moving parts in the military. And you know what? I believe and I think that there's always a lot of chaos, but even though you have chaos going in the business, you want the chaos to be controlled. And ensuring that you have good structure and a great leadership and organization chart will ensure that you are able to have control structure throughout your organization. So lastly, and most importantly, number 7, you must stay uncomfortable. Military took me outside of my comfort zone when they took me from Enfield, North Carolina, which that was my comfort zone, and they put me on a plane and sent me on a 19-hour flight to my first duty station, which was South Korea. This was the first time I experienced being uncomfortable. But guess what? Being uncomfortable allowed me to perform better when I'm uncomfortable. And if I can do it, I guarantee you can do it too. So we're going on to the next, which is our 7 last steps of great habits to create millions of dollars. All right, so number 1, you gotta have a mentor. Now coming up for the military, I didn't have a mentor, didn't know what a mentor was. When I got to my first duty station, I was able to get a mentor that taught me things that allowed me to save, to invest, and now building wealth. A mentor will help keep you from making mistakes that may cost you millions and millions of dollars. That's just very important. Make sure you get a mentor. Number 2 is you need to network. You got to get outside your comfort zone. You need to go out. You need to go find any type of real estate conference, business conferences. When I first started, I saw my wealth really go on a high trajectory when I start to network with like-minded people. So you want to get yourself around like-minded people. You are who you hang with. So make sure networking is key. All right, so number 3, you have to be the hardest working in the room, all right? So what you wanna do is you wanna be able to walk in a room, and no matter what job you in or what business you in, you wanna be able to look to your left and look to the right, and inside your head, you gotta have something in you saying that no one's gonna outwork me. All right, that's drive, that's determination, that's motivation. And guess who can help you with that? No one but yourself. All right, that's step number 4. Going on to step number 5 is to OPM. That's use other people's money. And this is a key with OPM. I've been in business for 20 years, and it took me 20 years for me to feel comfortable, all right, to take on investors' money. That's something very important. You want to be able to get your systems, your processes are all in play, and you have a proven track record, and then you want to put down your ideals, your plans, and you want to be able to go bring in other investors so that you can use their money to help scale your business, and then you can give them great returns. So number 6, I want you to focus on buying assets and not liabilities. What's going to happen is if you create all these systems and processes, you're gonna see your business starting to take off, and you're gonna make great cash flow, great NOI. But most people, they get caught up in the shiny stuff. They wanna go out and buy liabilities and buy things like that. What I want you to do is focus on taking your cash flow and invest it to buy more businesses so you create even more cash flow. You will get to a point where then you are able to go out and purchase that nice car, but it's another way you do it. What we do is before we purchase a car, I go out and say that car is $1,000 a month, and then I will invest in something like a rental property and use the rental property to pay the monthly car note. That's how we do it. That's how the rich get richer. We buy assets that will pay for our liability. Number 7, you must pay it forward. It's great making money, it's great having wealth and all that, but it's a bigger cause out there. And for me and my family, my wife, we have our foundation, which we do a lot from the community that I came from and the current community that I live in. But if you really want to do and become a better person in the world and make changes, you want to pay it forward, and then you want to help someone and ask them to help pay it forward too as well. That's how the world become better, and that there's so much money and so much wealth out there that we all can eat. So if you're watching this, I want you to make sure that once you hit your success, don't forget about the little guys. Don't forget about where you come from, and make sure you pay for it. And check it out. That's all I got. Again, if you like this, make sure you subscribe and stay tuned. We just now started. I'm gonna have so much content over the next few months. Stay tuned.